Hello there and welcome back to Foundry, yes. Back on good old Foundry, going to be continuing our single player, but first, I would like to thank and welcome all of the new subscribers that have subscribed to the channel over the last week and over the weekend. You guys are awesome. And also all of you who have stuck with me so far, with this channel, stay subscribed and whatnot, watch the content. You guys are also awesome. Alright. So let's go ahead and load into our single player game, of course. I already got 33 hours on this save. Holy crap. I spent a lot of time on there. Over the weekend, I didn't spend a whole lot of time on here at all. I spent most of my time on multiplayer. We played, I think it was like, was it Saturday? I think it was. Yeah, Saturday, where we played like 12 hours of this game on theirs. It was a lot of fun. But yes. At least one thing has happened in between episodes. We ended up running out of Technomore. This is where the old Technomore was. That's why there's this huge space here with our temporary factory we've got going on underneath here. Yeah, so what I had to do was I had to run a line, or 4 lines of Technomore from a different location. And we'll go check that out now. But yeah, a little bit of squiggly. This is how the game handles angles, by the way. It's a good old Minecraft style, where it's just left and right 90-degree turns over and over and over again. So yeah, quite fun. I had to tunnel through the mountain because I didn't want to go up and over it. So something I discovered, and I may end up showing you, is those explosives that I was making in the previous episodes to blow out the mountain for the power plant. That is actually really good at digging tunnels. So we got a big old tunnel right here, which is blown out specifically by explosives. I filled in the dirt and stuff so it looks nice, or nicer, I should say. And then I put foundation around to support the walls and whatnot. But I found out that explosives do not blow up nodes. So if you have a node that's, say, inside of the ground, inside of a mountain, you can blow it all up, blow all the area around it up, and it won't actually touch the ore node, which is really awesome. And we could do a demonstration. I think I do have explosives on me, so we could do it. But yeah, this is where the Technomore. This is actually one of the closest ones that I have to me at the moment. That's available. So yeah, we go all the way up here. We take a hard corner here, and then I got my balancer here, and then this tunnel. So this tunnel was blown up by explosives. This is how big one explosive does. It's a pretty sizable hole, and as long as you can keep the explosive relatively on the same level each time, like you throw one explosive at the wall, you blow it up, and then you go up to the wall, you throw another explosive in that same spot that you threw the other one, as far as like height-wise, up and down and left and right. Put it right in the center of that wall, and it'll keep blowing up the same way, the same amount of blocks and stuff like that. So you can build a nice, smooth tunnel. Now, of course, this one's not. Is this one not perfect? I think I had a little bit of an oopsie while I was. Maybe not. Maybe this one is. Nope. Here we go. So this is what happens when you go too high. As you can see, I went too high, and it's like kind of caved up just a wee bit. So. But then we get all the way down here. This is where the Technomore is, deep inside this mountain. Pretty big sizable node. There's actually another Technomore node right there. So when this one runs out, I can move to this one, or if I need more, there's some down there. And then we got some ignium ore. That one's out in the river, I think. It's right. Oh no, that one's not in the river. There was one in the river, wasn't there? Yeah, this one here. This one's in the river. Okay. Yeah, the Technomore is on the other side of the river. If we have to go there, I will be going deeper to cross the river. I'm not gonna, or we can cross the river with a bridge, I suppose. Like we'll go up high and cross it, or we'll go underneath. Whichever's easier, I suppose. But yeah, we got our Technomore here. And I don't want to test on this one specifically. The reason is because I don't want to blow up my stuff. Now, if you blow up foundation, you don't get anything from it, but if you blow up the belts or the miners or the inserters, you get just a little scrap, and it's you have to rebuild the stuff. It's a pain in the butt, so I'm not going to do that on here. But you can clearly see I did not dig this out. At least a madman did. You know, looks like a madman dug this out. But this was all done with explosives. So you just what I was doing was I just throw the explosive near the node and just went all the way around. And like I said, the explosive does not touch the node. It does not blow up these blocks, which is awesome. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a very awesome type of deal. So, let's see, do we have any nodes near us? I mean, we have that Technum node, but I don't want to try blowing through that wall there because it might damage some goods. We can go over here, I suppose. That one's at 120. And we're currently at 150, so it's not that far now. But, yeah, we can go ahead and show you that the explosives do not touch it. Okay, so let's say we wanted this node right here. Now, before I was just digging things out, but take a little bit of explosives. Explosivos. It blows down trees, too, and rocks and everything else. You just keep going. Yeah, see, now there's the node. It's exposed. See, doesn't blow it up. Just do this to clear out the way. We're going to need this stuff anyway, eventually, so. Just throw one in each corner there. Luckily, we're explosion resistant. There are a few blocks in the game that are explosion resistant, where they will just, you know, no harm comes to them by exploding, which is nice. But yeah, this would have taken me probably an hour or two to dig out. This probably would take me an hour or two to dig out. Now, I would say, if I had to say an improvement to the way the explosives and the trigger, the, what do you call it? Can't I think of the name? The detonator, that's what I was looking for. That's the name I was looking for. The detonator. If I could say an improvement for that would be to go satisfactory style, where you have the detonator in one hand and you have the explosive in another. So right click in satisfactory, right click is throwing the bomb. You can hold right click to throw it further. I don't really care about that so much. Just right click to throw the bomb, and then left click to detonate it, of course. That would definitely be my my only change. Yeah, see, now we've exposed this node. That looks like we did. I love that they stick to stuff. Yeah, that's how the explosives work. So, pretty cool. We can definitely get rid of some of this kind of hovering stuff. There we go. Now we got a big old hole to a big old node. How do we get out of here? Now, unfortunately, because I didn't dig anything out, I don't have any, like, dirt blocks or anything. Oh. I guess we'll just dig our way out and head back to the city, so we can, you know, go over what we did last time and whatnot, the stuff we did on Friday. Okay, so what we had done last time, back over here, is we had gotten our fuel source sorted out, and our water as well. Sorted out. This just goes up here. So this is all of our ore, pulling from an ignum ore down there, or coal ore, whatever. You just simply go up these stairs here and follow this little tunnel. This goes underneath the road of the power plant, and then all of these go up that way. So pretty cool. It's fed from underground. Again, can't stress enough how much I would really love a single built lift. Just take your elevator, make it a single block, and call it a day. That's what I'd say. If I can... no. Okay. But, yeah, that's pretty much what we did last time there, and I'll actually show you the power plant in a second. Once I get up there, of course. sad that it's at night, but here is the power plant. This is what we built last time, or what we finished building last time anyway. So we've got our, as I was mentioning, our coal comes up here and serves our power plant. So if you don't know how power plants work in this game and they're having trouble with it, one steam engine, or one one boiler, there we go, English, one boiler to one steam engine, and then I just put a generator down. Now, this is not necessary. This is just for looks, really. But yeah, you do need at least one transformer, but just to power stuff that is on the low voltage end. But yeah, and you can see that this stuff works really, really well. It gets all the steam it needs. Now, of course, I put a pipe in here just to be fun. You don't have to. You can literally smash this boiler right up against this steam engine and it'll work. As well as you can smash these boilers right up against each other and it'll also work. They will automatically connect. So, but for this one, then I wanted to look a little more industrious. So we got the walkways with the pipes going underneath and the belts coming in from underground or from under the floor. All these catwalks and just, you know, really, really cool thing. And then we got of course, we got the roads and crosswalks and whatnot. And then we got the power. And the way these pipes are supported, because the pipes don't actually have supports for them, at least I don't think they do. I haven't seen them. Is we use the power poles as a support, and I put a little T crossing right up there on top of the power pole to make it look like the pipe is being supported by the power pole. Now, this would be a disaster, of course, in real life if that pipe ever sprang a leak right onto the high voltage electrical lines. It'd probably be a bad day. But yeah, the pipes go underneath here, and they go off and they get their water just off the wall there. Now I put T crossing supports in here to make it look like it's supported all the way down. It looks like it's hanging on. This side was a little more challenging because the wall does follow the river edge. Don't worry about this. I can't. There's no way to fix it as far as I know. We had to build a little support structure just for the piping, but this is exactly the same as this side, as far as pipeways goes. And they both have their own little inlets. No pumps. I did not need pumps for this. The inlets actually push the water all the way up this pipe and all the way down, and everything's working great. So that's pretty much what we finished up last time. Doing the water, doing the fuel, a few little tweaks here and there, and that was pretty much that, which was awesome. I really did enjoy that. But now it is time for the main build of the game. Now that we got the power plant up and going, we don't have to worry about power for a decent while now. Is we are going to be building our smelters and our crushers. Now, the one thing I think we got to worry about is isn't the advanced smelters bigger? I think something like that. I wish I could look it up. Anyway, we do need to be aware that some of our machines may change size as they're upgraded, so we need to be very aware of that. At least I think, anyway. Okay, I am looking at the advanced smelter. Apparently the Foundry has a wiki. Very nice. I imagine they're just still building it, but very, very nice. And it is a 3x3. Okay. I'm definitely going to be saving this. I didn't know they had a wiki up yet. So, very nice. Foundry wiki. We're definitely going to be saving that to our bookmarks there. Yeah. Done. Good. Cool. Also add that to there. Perfect. Okay. I know you guys can't see it, but I just wanted to let you know that, yeah, there is a wiki out there. Very nice. Nice that I can look up that stuff, because I already know it exists. It's just, yeah. So the current smelters, if we actually look, the current smelters are a 2x2x3, which is 3 tall, by the way. So 2x2, you can always tell by just the number of inputs. If the inputs completely surround the machine, you know the size just by looking at it. So this one's a 2x2. So we're going to have to keep in mind that the advanced smelter is going to be much better when we unlock that later on down the road, and it's going to be a 3x3. So we need to make sure we leave room for a 3x3, much like over at the power plant. If you might have noticed that the advanced smelters are the advanced smelters. What am I talking about? The small generator here, the small transformer. Damn it, all the names. The small transformer is only it's only a 2x2. Why do I have a 4x3 space here? Is that just for looks? No, I mean, it is for now, but the large transformer is a 4x3 size, so that's why I left that space there. So I planned for it, try not to box myself in with it. So that's the reason. Now, of course, we're going to have to completely reconfigure that if we go to do like any kind of fuel rods that have a byproduct or anything like that for our power. That's going to be something much different, something much later down the road. But for now, it'll work what we have. So what we're going to work on today, or at least we're going to try to work on, is we're going to try to work on a layout of both crushers and smelters. Now, the crushers, I know, don't change in size as they go up in tiers. The tier 2 crusher is the same size as the tier 1, so we're good there. But yeah, we need to figure out a layout of crushers, which is going to be the first floor here, and then the next floor up is above that is going to be the smelters. We're going to leave enough space for our 3x3 smelters. Working with the 3x3 smelters in mind, we're going to be doing that. So that's what we're going to do today, so we can start smelting, so we can properly get our materials in to start making plates and rods and stuff. So those are the basic resources, and the reason that we're going so big here is just because of the fact that we just need a lot of room. It's just gonna be crazy. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Okay. So I need to go down and go get my smelters downstairs. So here is our smelters and our crushers. I don't know how much you're gonna need. That's the thing. Now, I did build 50 of each. Not that we're gonna need that many per se. I guess we'll just take us. We'll take us like, I don't know, 5 stacks of each. Like I said, I just built these just to try and figure stuff out, but I don't know exactly how much I'm gonna need. Also, let's go back in there. I'm gonna drop off a lot of that, because we're going to need, well, we got the belts, we've got splitters, we've got lifts, we've got ramps, essentially, belt ramps, and we've got our crushers and our smelters, we've got inserters. Okay, we should be good. We don't have any long-handed inserters, though. Here they are. We'll grab a stack of those. I gotta remember that I have more inserters in here. I might just take these. Just take all this, you know? Just take it all. It's all mine. Okay. Oh, yes. Give me more of those. Yeah, this was from the power plant build. I didn't know. I didn't look at this. The throughput is like 30,000 liters per minute, which is 500 liters per second, which is just nuts for the intake pipes. So anyway, okay. So go ahead and head back up, and let's see if we can figure something out. Alrighty, so back up here. What do we want to start with first? Well, of course we got to start with the crushers, right? The crushers are going to be the ones that we start with the very beginning. Alright, so I just checked. I made absolutely sure I was right that the Crusher Mark II, and there's only a Crusher Mark II, by the way, it seems. Just spoiling myself a little bit, is also a 2x2, so. We're also going to need a way for the material to get up here. Yeah. That's not great. Gotta figure this out. So basically, if you don't understand what we're doing, is that we put the raw material into a crusher, Then we crush it up into more refined stuff, and then we take that refined stuff and smelt it down. That'll give us more materials. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I'm just trying to basically figure out, and I think what could help is, of course, if we let's reorganize this. Let's take all this stuff off of here. Let's put belts. Let's put splitters. Take that off. Let's put lifts or belt ramps, whatever you want to call it. Then let's put inserters, and then the long-handed ones. And we'll put crushers, smelters. I want to put the walkway here too, because I might use the walkway to kind of measure. And then foundations, sure. And you know what the drill. Yeah, just for fun. Okay. So we got what we need there. The one thing, let me look at my research. I want to see something. Is it possible to get elevators this early on? No, you need mining force 1, which takes green. What does green take again? Green takes concrete, doesn't it? Yes, takes concrete. Oh, the steel. Okay, we got to get to steel as well. Steel's going to be interesting because we need both iron and coal to make steel. And we got to make steel pipes and stuff. So we got to have a pipe factory too. Which the pipe factory, I think what we'll do is we'll incorporate the steel factory and the pipe factory kind of all in one, because you don't really need that many pipes. And I think that could, there's enough space here. We'll incorporate the steel factory all the way along here, so we can incorporate, anything that kind of makes steel, I think. Well, steel is tier 2, isn't it? Well, I mean, the smelting factory is going to be here. We could send the tier 2 stuff off that way. That could work. The concrete factory is going to be much bigger, though, and it is probably going to take up 2 blocks. Or what we call 2 blocks, anyway. I figured we'll get plates going first. That'll probably be the way. So we've got 50 smelters, right? What if we incorporate that? We say 50 smelters each for just the regular material. 50 smelters. And so what would that take as far as crushers? Because crushers are 1 to 2, right? Yeah, looking at this factory here that we had built. Yeah, it makes 40. We take that 40 and turn it into 2 smelters. Yep, that works. Okay, cool. And then we need to figure out a layout, because, let's see. Try to figure out how I want the building. So the building's going to be mostly made of these blocks, but I kind of want the corners to be pillars. So let's say we take this and we go. Let's go like 10 up. Something like this. This will kind of set the area for us. And then we'll use the decoration blocks for like the walls and stuff. So it's the sidewalks are 4 by 4 in this area. And we could do them 3 by 3, get a little more space out of it, because those are 3 by 3 over there. The only area is going to be a 4 spot in the center. I don't mind doing that, actually. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. Perfectly sized sidewalk then. Okay, so it's going to be, that'll kind of bring some variety anyway. Okay, so that. Okay, that gives us our 4 towers, essentially. So, just to press this, we'll go put our walls up here. Just like one block, just for all the way around, so that we can get a great visual of what it is. Now, I know it's one shorter on one side, but that's just because basically the pedestrian alleyway, which is going to be here. Actually, it's the pillars that are... Oh no, we can just do that. Yeah, it's just the pillars. Can't make up my damn mind. There we go. That does move. Oops. It does move this wall over one. So there. And destroy this one. Destroy that one. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that's 31 by 31. I think it's it, yeah. Yep. 31 there. And 31 there. Perfect. Okay. Just make sure you right click. And to cancel it. Not for now anyway. Alright, that gives us our oh jeez. That gives us our working space and how big we can go. So can we even fit 50 smelters in here? Like, let's say I'm just gonna use, actually, why don't I just use the smelters themselves? The reason I'm doing the smelters is I want to figure something out. I want to see if I can even fit these. So we got one. Now the line. Oops. What was it? It was 20, right? So if we take our calculator right here and we go 360, right? 360. Just make sure that's no 320. Sorry, 320, and we divide that by 20. 16 smelters. So the one belt can support 16 smelters, up to 16 smelters. Okay. Well, the reason I was thinking that was so we can fit roughly probably 13. We'll say 12. 12 per line. That would work. And then we got, so we need at least a space of 2. We're going to go a space of probably 3 or 4. So we got 12, 24, 36, 48. Yeah. That's as far as I learned. Of course, 60. But yeah, I'd say 50 smelters each. So let's take that 50. So 25 crushers. So we'll have the crusher line down here. 25 crushers. Of course, you can always delete faster if you do mass deletion here. There we go. Okay. So we're going to say 25 crushers to 50 smelters, and that'll be our baseline where we start. And then if we need more, we'll add 2. Because we can always add. Well, we won't try to space it out to where we can't add more stuff. So anyway, so 25 crushers. How do we want to space that out? I might space it out to where it's 3 spaces on, or sorry, yeah, 4 spaces on either side. Now 3 spaces seems like a good number. Well, I'm just trying to think of the space around, because we're going to have a lot of this stuff is going to be on the floor. Because the logistics floor the logistics floor is not really going to be used all that much for the basic smelting process. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with that yet. We could do a 4. Space of 4 and then a space of 2 in between each. So something like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there any way I could space that out to where it works better? Because it's 1 square. See, that's 4. And this one's 4? Oh, I see. Okay. So we'd have to do a space of 3 in between if we wanted to make that work. Oops. Immediately went to satisfactory and middle clicked the damn thing. Like I said, once we get our layout, it won't be so damn hard anymore. It's just getting that damn layout. So space of 3. Two, 3, 4, 5. Wait, how'd that come out less? What? I'm being bamboozled here. This is ridiculous. How's this not working? My math is going, nope. 2, 3. This one doesn't really have a choice, does it? It either has to be one side or the other if we want that to work. We tried the space of 2, unless I screwed it up somehow. We could do 6. Yeah, let's do 6. But 6 doesn't go into 25 though. that is a problem. We got a space of 3 down the center, I guess. Space of 4. Oops. Something a bit like that, maybe. 6, 12, 18, and then it'll be 24. We could do 30, and that'll overload the belt. Or overload the belts, I think. That might be okay. Yeah. Something like that. Okay, so adjusting the building size just a wee bit, I did move this in. So I've decided on a couple of rules here. So rule number 1 for the sidewalks of buildings. The sidewalks are going to be 4x4. The building can encroach on it by 1 block, as the pillars are seen here. Can encroach on it by 1 block. The only place where this cannot happen is in the pedestrian alleyways. So the pedestrian alleyway is only going to be a 4x4 and no less. So buildings cannot encroach on that little section there, which is going to be here. As well as to match with that, the walkways around the city center can only be a 4x4. Now, of course, this can change with the normal sidewalks. The size may vary from 3 to 4, depending on the building size and what is basically needed. But it can never exceed over below 3, as well as it cannot exceed over 5. It could either be 3 or 4, and that's going to be the rule. And like I said, the pedestrian walkway is going to be, or the pedestrian alleyway is going to be a 4, as well as the city center is also going to be 4. So the walkway that goes all the way around the city center on this side, on that side, in the middle, is going to be exactly 4 and no less. So, and basically by doing that, that has allowed the building, rather than being a 31 by 31, it is now a, oops, it is now a 30. I just placed this, didn't I? False. That happens. I'm surprised it didn't make a sound. Sometimes the sounds are a little, the sounds are supposed to be kind of, you know, binaural a little bit, but sometimes they just don't work, which happens. But yeah, if we go, it is now 30 by 30, and that has allowed me to do the machines 5 by 5, which is 25 crushers. So on the very outside, we've got a 4 by 4 space all the way around, which is very nice. And then in between, we've got 3 by 3 in between all these. So yeah, very, very nice. Now we just got to design a way to get the material up here. Also, I did have all these set, by the way, too. So now they're all doing the output of the 40 xenoferrite ore. So we're going to turn that. So I think, what did I say? 16 crushers was going to be, or no, this one's 40, isn't it? So this one's even less. We'll have to pull out the yieldy calculator again and take that 320, divide that by 40. That is 8 smelters apiece. So since we can't do 2 lines of smelters, we'll just do 1 line at a time, and we'll split below. Now the question is, how are we going to feed these smelters, and how is the smelters going to then feed the floor above them? Because we're going to have 50 smelters, which is, you know, not going to be great. That is a lot of smelters to fit in such a small space. Now, of course, that one's going to be, it's going to be a little more tightly compact. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, I need to figure out how is these smelters going to get material to them. And how is the material? The material can come into the front. I was thinking. So like this. And then, much like the other factories, or much like the power plant, we feed them from below. Now, of course, the main problem with this is, look how the distance that I left there to have a bunch of space. Yeah, that's going to work against me a little bit. Because I got to put, if I want this to work right, I got to put a belt like this. And we'll put a block underneath each one of those so that it looks nice. And see, this is where the single belt lift would come in handy. Now, the other thing we can do, we might make this a little easier on ourselves, is have the belt line right here. Oops. Why did you randomly go that way? Let's change that to this build mode. There we go. And then what we can do is have it feed from below per line. Just one lift, essentially. Of course, that'll probably be... Let's see, if we think about the way the material's coming in, it's coming in from this side. Probably pretty much right along this road here, so it's going to be coming in either this way or from that way. Because we're also going to need to split the iron with the steel as well, so... Yeah, it'll have to come in this way. Now, I know that we have to have a 2 space at the very least, so let's go up with that. And then you have to have another 2 space, but I think we can put, yeah, we can put walkway over this one. So then that's how we'll feed these. Yeah, the logistics floor down below is more of just like a service type deal. Now, of course, we're not going to be using these belts to its fullest potential, so we'll have to keep that in mind as well. and try to make sure we don't pull too much from each line. So yeah, it'll be here. We could move this one over, actually. Let's do that. So yeah, if we move this one over, because we got two spaces to work with that we can input from. Yeah, these lifts are going to be the bane of my existence. I don't mind the lifts if only we had the single belt lift like in Satisfactory. That is detrimental. That is very detrimental to the 3D space. I think what they did was they just wanted a way for the belts to go from one floor to the next. And they didn't really think about that. And they're just like, well, we'll have elevators later. The only problem with the elevators is they're 4x3 at minimum. So, well, actually, that is their size. There is no minimum. There is no maximum size, I suppose. Yeah, we can put these like this. So being able to feed into a lift that goes straight up and down in a single block space would be incredible. But having that massive elevator, the problem with the massive elevator is there's so many damn ports on it, but you can't really get much use out of all the ports necessarily. Just because of the way that the speed works on the elevator. Now the elevator, that big old elevator only has the same speed, like the Mark 1 elevator only has the same speed as the Mark 2 belts. 320, that's maximum. So you're going to have one input, one output, and that's going to be it. All of them ports, and you can't even use them. You can't even use half of them sometimes. It's just, it's a little unnecessary, I believe. So I'm hoping that we can get some single belt elevators. Wait, really? I still can't do that? So I still have to have this removed. Okay. Let's go down 3. There lifts. So something like that, supposedly, is what we want. Oh, because these are only 3 spaced apart. The other one is 4 space. That's why I'm able to put a block there. Okay, we won't put a block there, but it's fine. Yeah, single belt lift like this does not look great to me, but it's the only way you can feed from below without having a massive elevator. We do have the space for an elevator in here, but yeah, it would take up a whole like corner type deal, and it just would be. It's just a mess. So. But then we'll do that to all of these. Oh, and of course I am very stupid. Let's get rid of all these damn lifts. Why didn't I just have a single belt? I mean, that could leave some space for walkways and stuff, but I don't think I'll need walkways going this way. So we have a single belt bringing it up, and of course we'll just... Wait, let me put my foundation back. Yeah, that was very stupid of me. Apologies. Like I have just a single belt lift would definitely be the best right there. And then, like I said, if we need elevators or we have elevators at some point, we'll just put them in like one of the corners maybe for like an incoming elevator and then an outbound elevator. But yeah, just the current space for tight-knit factories is kind of it's not great. Okay, so now we do that to the rest of these. Okay, so now we got to figure out how we're going to get the material out. So now we've got the material in, we don't have space to get the material out. I mean, we do, but we don't. So there's a couple of different ways we can do this, right? We can either A, pull it out the front with a second lane loader, basically. So by putting this in here, let's get rid of this, get rid of that. I just kind of put the walkways down, just kind of surround everything for right now, for fun. You know. So what we could do is we could have the output here and have the belt line go along. This would probably be the best way. But if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to move everything to the rear of each machine. Actually, would that even matter? It would still take up all the room. Then what I'll do is I'll rotate the machines. Yeah, we'll rotate all the machines so that the screens are off to the sides, rather than off to one side rather than in the front where the splitters emerge. This will probably be the best way. It's either that or we try and figure out a way to output right here, basically. So we can output on this side and go straight into a lift. Now here's the problem with this though, is this blocks off a lot of walkway space, because then you can't, you can get into here, but if this is, let's say, because you can't do that. So you have your output, yeah. So right in the middle, you have your output here, and then you have your lift here because you got the belt in the way, like that. And then same on this side, you have that lift there, like that, essentially. Now you can get to this space via this walkway here, but you can't get over here. This is all completely blocked off right here. There's no way. So that's the other way I was thinking, but then, yeah, now that we kind of put it into practice, it looks like it's not going to work. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll, I should have put all this walkway here, because now, actually this walkway can stay, it's this walkway that needs to really essentially disappear completely. Which is fine. I don't mind doing that. Yeah, putting them on the front or the back doesn't matter. So we'll do that, like that, particularly. And then this whole central area in between the machines is going to be completely inaccessible. Crap! That's still going to be inaccessible. Oh, that's going to be inaccessible as all hell. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way we can make this work. We can't. See, if we go off to the one side, then you can. Yeah, it's going to be the same no matter what we do, because this is it's a 3x3 area. Yeah, it doesn't matter which way we go. We could go north to south with all the belts, and it'd still be the same type of deal with the way the machines are laid out and stuff like that. So if we put the machines kind of coupled now, I was going to say if we couple them together, but then we have 5 machines, so that's not going to work. If we have a space down the middle, maybe. Oof. This is not going well at all. Yeah, it's going to be the center is going to be completely blocked off from all space, because it's going to be taking up both spaces in between each machine, essentially. So this is what I'm. Yeah, so that would go there, right up against that machine. And then right up against, I'll do this one here. Let's see how this works out. So you have this and this, that takes up the space, right? And you got this space with all the walkway in between. Like that. Okay. You have your belts. And then this, we'll do the same with The same with this one here. Okay, yeah, this is exactly what's going to happen. You have these little pods of walkway, which is not going to be good either, because then you just have this little area. It's like, how do you even get to this area? Now we could do. There's an idea. But then, how do we get from one to the next, though? Like, yeah, we can put a thing here, and then you have this, but then you would only have like a single space that goes downwards. Okay, so it's just not going to work. Not with what we're trying to do here. And we can't do a walkway up and over, like in between, like this here. That's what I'm thinking. I can't exactly do that. Yeah, you can't put a walkway on top of this because their inserters are too tall. Honestly, I don't know why their inserters are like one and a quarter block tall. It's really strange. Because that could have worked. We could have had like a walkway going all the way across, connecting it. So basically, you'd have the walkway like this, essentially. And then have the machine facing this way, and then your walkway just kind of ends here, like this. That does give me an idea about what if. Okay, stay with me here. Stay with me. I know. We're trying to figure this out. It's like, stay with me, damn it! You're not gonna die on me. Oh. Oh, but this though. Oh, but this though. What? Yeah, because the output is going to be on this side. So we're going to have a singular walkway. Oh, jeez. It's going to get a little tight. It's a little tight. A little bit tight. Just a wee bit tight. Okay, so then we Control C this. I have it set to Control C, so it's like a copy. So the panels are going to go on this side, essentially. So let's get this set up for this particular one, because I want to see how this is going to work out for this side. Like I said, going to be a little bit, just a wee bit tight. Like I said, it doesn't matter how you cut the pie, it's going to be the same. Because it's a perfect square with the same amount of spaces. The outside has 4 spaces, the very outside ring, and in between all the machines going north, south, east, and west all have 3. So it doesn't matter how you place the machines themselves. You're going to end up with that. Now we could put the outputs this way and then have the belts like how the belts go out. Like say output there and then out. But that wouldn't really help you though. Yeah, you still wouldn't be able to get a walkway in between there. Be weird. But what I was thinking... Oh, but I can't do that here, though. Yeah, how are we gonna... Yeah. It is a big moment, because yeah. It's hard to explain what I'm feeling right now. Just like, but then how are we going to get it out of here as well? Well, I mean, we're going to be doing lifts and stuff, sure, but... Oof. We do this. Let's go back to this idea, maybe. But then instead, we go like this. So then you have your stuff coming in this way, and go like this. And it just joins it. So then we don't have these anymore. Say it just goes all the way down like this. Now, of course, we could just like do it like this, like right on the end there. So then you have your belt like this. Okay. Then you have this. So let's say we put a staircase there, right? Staircase that goes up. Oh, but the damn... No, wait, no. These aren't going to be in the way. These aren't going to be here. Okay, that could work. And then you're above the output, or you're above the... Yeah, you're above the output right here. Oh, but then how do you get to the middle of it, though? And then the screen is going to be on this side as well. So this... Man. This is annoying. We could have the... We can't really have the whole walkway lifted up. That's what I was thinking too. Like, if you had the walkway lifted up above everything, but for one, these are too tall. The inserter should be 1 tall rather than 1 1/4. Alright, that'll be another little feedback piece I put to them, or put to them, I tell them. It's like, make the inserters only 1 block tall, because this just invalidates a lot of stuff. That the way the insert, or where the inserters, I call them inserters, but they're called loaders. Like, let's say you have a belt stack going along here, with 2 belts, 1 belt on top of the other, which you can do, absolutely. But when you hit if you hit any loaders or anything like that, you can't have, that doesn't work. It's like, please make these 1 block tall so that we can put walkways or belts, because it does invalidate belt stacking. Let's say I had a belt line going like this, and I hit an inserter. I have 1 of 2 choices. I either have to go around it, or I have to go above it, which is not great for either. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a pain. And yeah, this is just... It doesn't matter what we do, it's not going to really work. Ugh. Just because of the way the loaders are. Okay, I got one more idea. We'll give it a shot. See if it works. Okay, I think I got a nice solid plan here. Well, I'm on the wrong one anyway. Let's just go here. So now, because you can access all this stuff from this side, because this side's not going to have anything going on it, so we'll access it from this side. But basically, the way you get to each area is you go up and over this little walkway, and then you have, of course that's not going to exist, and then we have these. Let's get rid of these machines real quick. Boop, boop, boop. That little dealio there too. Okay, Control C, so then we have our panel on this side. Nope. We managed to work it out. Holy crap. Yeah, and then you have just this little area that you can maintenance the machine here, which is pretty nice. And you're right next to the belt line, just kind of tucked away in this little walkway space here. And you can access each machine. That's what it's going to look like. So, yeah, there we go. We figured out a way. So now I just got to apply this to the entire factory floor right here. And then we'll move on from there. Alrighty then, well, we got that done. I also got all the machines rotated, I got all the walkways put in place, very, very nice. It's actually looking, it's looking pretty good. It's a little tight, a little claustrophobic, I would definitely say, but we will work on that too, so. Okay, so one of the things I want to do is we're going to make this walkway a little bit smaller here, of course. Because we need to figure out how are we going to get the stuff upstairs. Um, because we know that it does 40 here, and 40 is only what, 6? It was only 6 of these could fit on a belt or something like that. 6 or 8. Was it 8? It was 8. Was it 8? Actually, I don't remember now. I got so focused on this. It was 8. Okay, yeah. It would 320 divided by 40 is 8. So only 8 of these machines are going to be able to fit. We have 25, so we're gonna keep on our single belt type of deal here. We need to get it upstairs, and then next time, because we're kind of close to the end of our episode here, next time we're going to be figuring out how we're going to do the upstairs. And then the cool thing is, now you're probably thinking, you know, oh, this is going to take forever to get this type of stuff done. The cool thing is once we figure it out here, we can apply that to that factory. We can apply that possibly, well, that one's going to be a little bit different. The steel factory is going to take up both the blocks. And this concrete factory over there is going to take up both the blocks. But once I get this one figured out, I can copy this over here to the rods factory, or the copper factory, essentially, the Technum ore factory. I can copy that here, and then because I'm going to do the exact same over here, and then that won't take up as much time because we'll already have it figured out. We just got to copy paste, essentially. I mean, I'll have to build it, of course, but yeah. So I need to figure out how I'm going to get this stuff upstairs. Now you can see the top of this little deal here. That's the crusher side. Now what we do want to do is I want to put some foundation up here on top of this building. Okay, so I want to go one higher than that so I can put in ceiling lights because the floor is going to be made up of foundation blocks. I've decided this because we need power, of course, but also I want to be able to have ceiling lights too. I think that would be really nice. We could go up even one more. So how tall is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be 5. Yeah, we could go up 5. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then of course up here. And then we take this and we go up. And then we go, yep, we're out of foundation, so now we got to get some more. Oh, just as a quick note, this I'm going to be feeding it, by the way, from down here. This is why I want single belt lifts, because this is ridiculous. Look how much space this takes up just to have my 5 belts. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is why I want the thing. And I'm sure most people are going, you just need to use an elevator. It's just like, okay, look at my factory. Where am I going to freaking put an elevator in this damn thing? And if I'm going to put an elevator, I'm going to put a personal elevator too. That actually is a plan I would like to do, at least in certain areas. If I got the space, put a personal elevator in so that we can go down below into the logistics floor, and then up, of course, on the sides of on the sides of buildings and stuff like that. I might have to incorporate it a little bit weirdly. Not really sure. We might have to, when it comes to elevators, we may have to encroach on the sidewalk a little bit more. I'll talk to the city council and see if that'll be possible, and we'll deliberate a little bit on that. Yeah, the concrete factory. I think the concrete factory, after we get the iron factory going next time, I think the concrete factory will be next after that, so that we can get concrete up and going, so I can make the sidewalks and stuff. Because I want to make the sidewalks out of concrete. I think that would be the coolest thing. Yeah, of course. Get some foundations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be enough for now. I'm not going to take a whole inventory full. But yeah, and then once we get this factory going and that factory going, we can start tearing down these factories down here and start moving them basically up. And as I said before, there's going to be the city's going to be split up into tiers or districts, as we would say, and that way that'll do that. So we'll see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one more. We'll take this and cover this entire thing. Oh, we had just enough. Jeesh. So yeah, there's our factory right there. Very nice. And of course we can put lights in here. Do I have enough to make some lights? I don't have anything. Hold on, I gotta go back down again. I need to make a speed hole. Let's go over here and make a speed hole, like in the foundation or something. Just a random speed hole. Now we do have some decorative stuff going on. Do we have I don't think we have ceiling lights, do we? No, we don't have. Oh no, we do. Here we go. Wall light. What's the difference between a wall light and a ceiling? Okay, so it's plates and rods then. Ultimately. Let's grab a stack of plates. Let us grab a stack of rods. Right here. 10 rods. Alright, let's make, I can make 100 ceiling lights. Yeah, do it. Go! Oh my gosh. Oh, if you're ever, if you have an auto clicker, available to you, and you're ever a client on somebody else's game, hold down your auto clicker and make as many as you can rather than control clicking. I know control clicking makes the whole deal. I understand that. But if you use an auto clicker in your client, the lag will actually cause you to make more than the game allowed, than it said you could make happen. It doesn't happen all the time, but it is funny. Okay. Let's put these ceiling lights down. I want to see what these look like. So if we put like ceiling lights, say, above the machine here. Or, no, wait, we'd probably put that, we probably want to put them here, huh? Right in the middle of that. Look at that. We got lights. Oh, heck yeah. We can see! Holy freaking crap. It's a miracle. Oh, this is going to be a lot harder to do. Once I get the first one down, it won't be so bad. It's right there. Ah, my tinnitus. Randomly. Go away. Freaking earball. What the hell? It's all going. This is so annoying. It's not too bad. Oh yeah, this is looking good. There we go. That looks actually, that looks pretty good. Look at this. Heck yeah, we got ourselves a factory. And it's lit up. Look how much light there is in here. Oh, this is so good. I love it. Heck yeah, man. Oh. The factory is not functional, but it looks good. That is funny. But anyway, I do think that is going to be it for this episode of Foundry. We'll get working on the smelters tomorrow. Yes. So I need to figure out what the height of the smelter is, the advanced smelter. We know that's a 3x3, but what's the height? Because we need to be able to push that up and out. Either we need to, I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do multiple floors of smelters. We're not going to be able to fit all 50. Especially because they're going to be we're going to be working with 3x3 spaces rather than 2x2 like this one. So it's going to be a little more difficult, but we'll get that moved up. And we'll have the height, and we'll have the width. We may have to put like, let's say like 20 per floor or something like that, you know. We're going to have to work with that because we're going to be working with 3x3 spaces, so it's going to be even more spaced out and whatnot. We'll put the smelters in there, and then we'll leave the space open like we have before for the bigger machine later on. And whatnot. We'll have to do, like I said, we'll have to do multiple floors of smelters. The only problem I have with doing multiple floors of smelters is we're going to end up with a little bit of an issue where the smoke is coming through the bottom floor, because the smoke does not respect blocks at all. Which I don't expect them to have that. We could request that feature, but I don't think it's going to happen. But anyway, like I said, that is going to be it. So I do hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.